What up? This is Yomo, the legendary West Coast connector, Mr. 6 degrees of West Coast separation. You name them, I'm connected in 6 moves. And you are now tuned in to Quality Control, the podcast.
Quality Control back in the building. I'm here today with a West Coast pioneer, whose name isn't always in the conversation, but that stops today. It's going to be in the conversation from now on. Arabian Prince, y'all.
Sir.
What's up, brother?
See you.
You too, man.
Long time.
All right, so let's get right into it. Talk to me about your musical influences. Like, who influenced you early on to even get into music?
Wow, man. I got to give it up to, first I got to give it to my uncle.
Mm-hmm.
I had an uncle when I was a little kid, Wayne James, I called him home.
Mm-hmm.
And I was an only child, so every chance I got to get out the house, I went and hung out with my uncle.
Right.
And this dude, lived by himself, had an apartment, but all kind of music. And first thing he put me up on was Parliament Funkadelic.
Right.
And I'm like this little kid, and for me to see an old Parliament Funkadelic album with all the artwork and look like cartoons, so I'm like, oh, this is nice. But then he got me on the music. And the first song that I heard was Maggot Brain.
Yo.
That just messed my mind up.
Right.
It messed me up so bad, I used to sit in my room with the lights off playing Maggot Brain. And my mother got concerned. She was trying to get me help. Like, I might have to take you to counseling or something like that because you're listening to this music too much. So
right.
Parliament Funkadelic, and the other influence that my uncle got me on was Prince.
Right.
So it was like Parliament Funkadelic over here, Prince over here, and then Kraftwerk was that third thing that he...
Well, that's a West Coast standard. Come on.
Yeah, so he had all of that.
Right.
And that's what I was listening to.
Right.
So that was floating around in my head, and then when I became a DJ, that's what I was playing.
Right.
So it was just that natural progression from listening to it as a kid to playing it as a DJ to actually creating it as an artist.
Right. That's what's up. That's what's up. So, K-Day, brother.
Yes, sir.
Did you start with them?
Yeah. Started with K-Day, and here's the funny thing about it. What a lot of people don't know is my boy, because remember I used to produce Bobby, Jimmy, and the Critters. Actually was in group 2. So
hold on.
Yeah.
You produced Bobby, Jimmy, and the Critters, brother?
Yeah, did all that music.
Oh man!
Yeah, I'm on the cover.
I remember all that. Right.
But what people don't know is, Russ Parr had the morning show.
Right.
And I used to be the other voice on the morning show. Like Russ would call me up, because he did all his little comedy skits and stuff. And he would hit me up in the morning and have me do voices, like the voice of Prince or the voice of some other stuff on the radio.
Right.
But we would never tell anybody who it was. He would just call me, dude, we're gonna do this. And I'm like, all right. And I would just...
Did you do magic?
He did magic.
It's showtime. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
He would do magic. He would do all these voices on the radio station in the morning at K-Day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, did you get your start with Uncle Jam's Army?
I got my start actually before and ended up at the end with doing stuff with Egypt and them, toward the tail end.
Yeah.
Because I was actually, when I started going to Uncle Jam's Army dances, I was like maybe 15, 16 years old. And I had just started my own club called The Cave in Lenox.
Okay.
And I had talked to this guy who had like a little community center, because I did a wedding, like music for a wedding. And I was asking him, like, dude, what do you do with this building when you're not renting it out? And he's like, it just sits here. I'm like, well, I got a little name in the schools from doing school parties.
Right.
I could pack this on the weekends.
Right.
So we did a little deal, and I had The Cave for like 3 years out in Lenox. And that's how I met Egypt and started hanging out and started doing stuff with them.
Now, speaking of Egypt, Arabian Prince is very close to Egyptian Lover.
Yeah.
Was that by design or?
Oh, yeah, man. So I used to just be called DJ Prince.
Okay.
And we were at a skating rink, actually Skateland in Compton. I can't remember, one of the two. And some girl came up to me and she was like, hey, told Egypt, she's like, your name's Egyptian Lover. And I go, yeah. I said, what's your name? I'm like, DJ Prince. And she's like, you should call yourself Arabian Prince, because you're always hanging out with him.
Right.
And I was like, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
And I just used it. And kept it.
And just kept it, huh?
Yeah.
All right. So, I know this is probably like a sore spot with you, but let's talk about N.W.A.
I don't have no source.
You ain't got no sore spots? Okay, so how did you get involved with those guys?
Same thing. I was making my own music, producing some other stuff. We were all on McCullough Records back in the day. I was doing my own records, produced Mommy Jimmy and the Critters, did the J.J. Fat record. Dre and Yella were over with Lonzo and the Wrecking Crew.
Right.
Everybody was on McCullough Records doing that. That was a pressing company.
Right.
And me and Dre used to hang real tight, and Yella used to hang real tight. And one day, man, me and Dre were talking about not really making the money that we should have been making for being the producers that we were.
Right.
We were producing all the records.
Right.
And we were young, and we were getting, not saying we weren't getting paid, we were getting paid, but we didn't know much about publishing or writers or, none of that stuff that went along with it. And we were like, man, we need to make some more money. And I remember at the time, Dre had an RX-7 with a broken back window that he couldn't afford to get fixed. So it was kind of like, man, we need to do something. And he knew Eazy-E.
Right.
And kind of put some things together. Eazy had a little money, because I always say the word, he was a neighborhood pharmaceutical technician at the time. So
Right.
cash to do stuff.
Right.
He didn't want to do that no more, and talked to Dre and said, hey, let's put this thing together and, let's just experiment and see what we can come up with.
Right.
And next thing you know, boom, N.W.A.
Huh. Dig that. So, were you, really tight with Eazy? And
Yeah, I was tight with everybody. We were all tight together doing that thing early on, and, Cube came on board, and Yella, and Ren, and, we put that whole thing together, and it turned out to be an amazing,
So, it's a funny story how I met. Well, I should say I didn't meet Eazy. What's funny is that, I went to school with O'Shea, Ice Cube.
Right.
So, at Taft High School. So, we rapping every day at lunch, and I'm serving them. And, if you can't beat them, join them, right? So he called me one day. He was like, yo, I got this dude, man, his name is Eazy, and his uncle left him $500,000 and he wants to start a record company. He wants to call it Rock House Records.
Right.
Did you ever hear about that?
I didn't hear about the Rock House.
You didn't hear about the Rock House? Yeah, so he said that. So one day we were in Lonzo's World Class Studios.
Right.
I'm thumbing through the calendar section where all the movies come out, right? Ruthless People came out that year. And I said, I named that record label.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I named that record label. It's like, yo, this is it right here. And the rest is history. Because I always thought Rock House was,
Yeah.
it's a little whack.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what made you leave the group?
Jerry Heller.
That's what everybody says, huh?
It's as simple as that, man. I was, I tell everybody, I was the only one in the group who had a solo career before N.W.A. So I was, think about it, Dre and Yella were with the Wrecking Crew.
Right.
Q, he did some stuff with, he did CIA, as Cube and Jinx.
Right.
He did CIA. I was the only one who had a solo record career where I actually paid for and produced my own records. Went into McCullough. I ended up hooking up with Russ Parr because we never played on his label, but I took care of all my own business.
Right.
So I kind of knew what, royalties were.
Right.
You know what I mean? I didn't know at the time what, dealing with, my publishing and all that yet. But I knew what royalties were. I knew that every quarter I was supposed to get a check.
Get a check, right.
And I knew if I sold this many records, I knew what was going on.
Right.
And when we first did N.W.A, what happened when we did the first record, which I always like to clear up, people think it was called N.W.A and the Posse.
Well, that's what it said on the record label.
It was just N.W.A. Remember there was one that just said N.W.A, which
Right.
was an EP.
Right.
N.W.A Posse was actually technically a bootleg that McCullough Records put out after we left. That's why you got some other stuff on there, like the Feel Fresh Crew.
Right.
Other stuff on there.
The Posse.
It was added after we had already moved on.
Right.
So that's where that came from.
Right.
So it wasn't a real record. So when we did the first record, Eazy would go get stuff pressed up in McCullough. We would just split the records up and everybody would get their cut and you go sell them. Whatever you made, that was your money.
Oh, is that how Eric did it?
Here's your go sell it, swap them, whatever you
Right.
money.
So that's why everybody was kind of under the impression, because you know, I saw your interview on Vlad.
Yeah.
And you said that everybody was under the impression that it was kind of all of our, everybody was a part of the record label, like part owner or whatever.
Yeah.
Right, okay, that makes sense too.
You had contract with
Right.
It's just unwritten thing, the whole
Right.
things
Right.
to get paid.
Right.
So the other got involved and the whole dynamic changed up.
Right.
And money started going that way and not coming back this way.
Well, let me ask you this. Where was the money coming from? Because you hadn't made Straight Outta Compton yet.
Well, the N.W.A thing was still going up. That was making a lot of money.
And Easy Does It too.
Yeah, and I brought Supersonic.
That's right.
'Cause
That's
I
right.
produced that myself.
That's
And
right.
that, I had that on Dream Team Records in
I
France.
remember that.
And
I remember
then,
that.
You know, my boy Rudy was being slow with payments, so
Right.
I took the record back,
Right.
put it out on Ruthless Records, and was like, you know what, let me put this on our label. So now,
Our label.
now I
Right.
can make the money from something I did and share it with my homies, and we use the money from this to help fund some of the other stuff that we got coming up.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what they said in Defiant Ones, which a lot of people didn't know, that JJ Fad is pretty much who financed
Yeah.
the whole Ruthless thing. Now, let me ask you this. Did Supersonic come out before Easy Does It?
You know, I don't remember. Yes, Supersonic came
Don't
out.
check it for
in
me.
80 No, Supersonic came out in '87. So it might have been simultaneously.
No.
It might have come out before, but then re-released on Ruthless or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Straight Outta Compton came out in 88, right?
Yeah.
So then that means Easy Does It came out in 87. So
Yeah.
probably around the same time.
Yeah, but it might have still been on Dream Team and not actually hit Ruthless yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I remember when Dre got that Benz.
Yeah.
That red 190.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was from JJ Fad going go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I was watching. Well, of course I was watching. I noticed that in Straight Outta Compton, everybody thinks that N.W.A just like came out and blew up.
Yeah.
What they don't realize is that they had already had a star in the group. Easy Does It was like gold or platinum by the time N.W.A Straight Outta Compton came out,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that kind of like bolstered the sales of that
Well,
record.
you know, it was even more than that because there was a real pivotal change in the sound. Because we all know what people don't really talk about, a lot of people shy away from it.
Right.
You know, the West Coast was all electro-funk, breakdance, and pop rock.
Yeah.
And then Ice-T and, you know, like N.W.A and Eazy-E and, you know, like my boy Batarang and all of that, Scotty T, start changing the sound.
Right.
But you not only had Easy who was hot, Dre and Yellow from the record crew was big.
Right.
Arabian Prince was big.
Big.
We were all big artists before. Even Q from CIA, they had some noise
Right.
in their song.
Right.
So it was kind of like putting together a little mini
A super group.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
So it was like people already knew the people. It wasn't like somebody never heard of. Like, oh, we know these fools already.
Right. And Eric said that too. Eric said that N.W.A was an all-star group. Yeah.
And, you know, it just people already knew.
Yeah.
And then a new sound came and that helped, you know, propel it.
Yeah, because before I was just talking about this with my cameraman earlier today. N.W.A is pretty much who gave L.A. its identity. Would you say that?
Yeah.
Would you say before N.W.A, L.A. was kinda sounding like, or trying to sound East Coast?
Yeah, it was a lot.
Had that vibe, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, gave us a uniform, gave us an identity. Because once N.W.A hit, man, like we kind of left East Coast rap alone.
Yeah.
I would say all the way up into Wu-Tang
Yeah.
and maybe Biggie.
Yeah.
You agree with me on that?
I agree with you on that.
Definitely. So talk to me about what you got going on now.
Oh man, now I've owned tech companies for like ever. So I've been doing a lot of tech stuff. I got
For example.
man, special effects, video games. I've worked on everything, man. I've worked on tons of movies and feature films and video games.
Oh, okay. With sound design or?
Oh, actually animation.
Look at you, okay.
Yeah, I've been doing that forever. Like I did it as a hobby. I started making more money doing that.
Okay.
So I jumped in and started doing that. And now I'm building a huge technology center in Playa Vista to give back to kids and diversity groups, women in technology, to give people a place to explore and learn tech that don't have a place to go and learn.
Right.
And, you know, turn this into something that can springboard regular people into the tech field and move them on to that next level.
Well, what got you into tech? Was it like an easy transition because of the drum machines?
That's one, because people don't realize back in the day, you had to be a computer scientist to run sequencers and drum machines and, MIDI and
SMPTE, yep.
Gate and all that stuff. But what really got me in, man, I always tell this story. When we used to be on the tour bus and used to travel, early on, people was drinking. People didn't really smoke as much back then, but everybody was drinking and partying. But as soon as that handheld ColecoVision came out, and everybody was playing, remember little football?
Was it head to head?
Yeah, all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
People stopped drinking and started like playing
Focusing,
video games, betting on video games. I'm looking at that, I'm like, this is like the new crack right here. There's something to this. And every time we were going to a city, everybody rushed to the mall to go to the arcade. Put money in the arcade, like, we ain't going to the arcade all night. I need to get into this early. So I taught myself coding, taught myself animation to get into this whole thing back in the 80s. And one of my first royalty checks, my accountant made me invest in IBM. It made me invest in Microsoft and some of these things way back then. And I started seeing how much money was coming in from that. And I'm like, oh man, I'm all in with this. Really cool to talk about it back then. But
you was like a computer geek.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, you know what? Speaking of you said everybody kind of had to be a computer scientist at that time. Is that kind of like what you and Yella brought to the table? You guys did all the programming, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
You had to know about it. Like I used to tell people, man, the drum machines back then, one of the drum machines we used was the SP12.
Right.
They've heard of the SP12 Oberheim.
Right.
And what they don't know is like, now you just sample and do that. The SP12, you couldn't sample. It had, I think, 8 sounds, right? Or maybe 12 sounds.
You couldn't sample an SP?
No, to change the sound, you had to actually have somebody burn a chip, an EEPROM chip. You had to open up the drum machine and literally pull the chip out, the sound chip, and we do the Oberheim, and he would make different chips for us. Actually place the chip in the drum machine, and that's how you put another sound in.
We're here at beautiful Max Sennett Studios. This is where you're teaching a music class?
Yeah, man.
Man, when Lonzo told me that, I was like, what the hell? That's so dope, brother.
Yeah.
That's so dope. How'd you fall into this?
Oh man, with my boy, like stuff with I used to be the artist relations manager for Native Instruments for a while. And he was like, he ran into me at some event. He was like, man, what you doing? I'm like, come on, stuff I'm doing in tech and all of this. He was like, man, you need to give some of that knowledge back and teach some people. I'm like, no, I'm going to school to teach you. Like, not me, like that. He's like, no, this is music school and they're looking for somebody to do the music business class. I'm like, well, I'll teach that. Because I didn't want to like teach DJing. I didn't want to teach production. Because if I'm doing actual production, I want to be just doing my own stuff.
Right.
But then as I thought about it, when he said music business, I'm like, yeah, I do want to give that knowledge back. I do want to help anybody who wants to learn know the right way to do it in this industry. Because we didn't know the right way.
Right.
We had to go through so much to get paid, and do this and to do that. Now, all the information is out there, but even still, it's cool for me to just tell the stories and tell them how to do this so they don't have to make the wrong steps that we made.
Well, the business is quite different today than it was when we were coming up.
So that's even better. So now it's kind of giving them the shortcuts, how to be successful.
Right.
So that's what we're doing now. So, Max in the studio is a whole, film stage and film studio, and Point Blank Music School is a school from London that's starting to branch out into the US and classes.
Wow. So you enjoy it?
Oh, I love it, man. I love hanging out with these schools.
Your students over there?
6.5, 7 hours a day in the heat.
Yeah, they hear the heat. They over there sweating just like I am.
Yeah.
That's sweet. So how long you been doing this?
We're on 9 weeks now, 8 weeks, 9 weeks.
Oh, so you just started doing this?
Yeah, it's 12-week course, 9 weeks in, and all of these cats are amazing, man. They all are becoming producers, doing their own types of music. And that's what I like about it is you get to hear different stuff. You hear stuff that you may not be into, but once you hear it, you're like, that's dope. I can see that making money.
Right.
I can see this starting a new genre. So I'm really trying to push them to continue to do what they do, be original, and not fall into that category of trying to do what everybody else is doing.
Right.
Like, believe in what you're doing, do what you do, hone your craft, and go out there and make that money.
Do you understand the concept of streaming in the business today?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, before you go, I want you to tell my viewers out there the concept of streaming. You guys learned something, because I don't even know this.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, we were just talking about that today, and a lot of people think that artists are making a ton of money off of streaming. They're not.
They're not.
There's not a lot of money in streaming to the artist.
Right.
Like, we looked at a little article today. Was it Neo? Earlier, it was Neo. Neo posted something about 1 million streams equaled $90 to him.
Wow.
That calculation is crazy. And then if you look at like every time your song streams, it's like 0.002. It's some weird thing where it's fractions of a cent. So you have to like generate so many streams in order to make $1.
Right.
Whereas radio, you were getting like 3, I think, to 5 cents a play or something.
Play, yeah.
So I don't know who did the deal or how this deal came out. Somebody making some money somewhere.
Right. So when these guys are talking about, like, you know, they went platinum from streaming in 4 days. I mean, what the hell is that?
Well, that's not, you're not making that same amount of money from the platinum and downloads or platinum and, you know, record sales. So
right.
I tell everybody this in the class and anybody else, like, yeah, streaming is important. Like I had my buddy DJ Hopper, where he was talking about how important the numbers are important, because that shows how popular you are.
Right.
But you still got to figure out other ways to get paid, and that's the publishing side, that's the radio side, that's the record sale side, that's the touring side. You know, that's
well, it's definitely the touring side. I mean, it's so funny that, like, back in the day, you toured to support the record.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you make a record to support the tour.
Yeah, that's where you're
gonna make your money at.
Merchandising,
right?
You know, the tour itself, and you know, social media is very important.
Absolutely.
Your brand is the most important thing.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What are you on Twitter or?
For me, I OG Arabian Prince on Twitter and Instagram. And,
that's right. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but you know, it's a funny thing.
Me, that's right.
I'm old school, so you know, I don't do it as much as I should.
Right.
But you know, if I got something new coming out, then I'll push.
Exactly.
I'm not that dude that's
well, I'm the same way. The only reason why I got Twitter was because of this show, and it's a platform for me to promote the show. But otherwise, man, I don't have time to be like
I ain't taking pictures.
Tweeting. Yeah. And you know what's so funny you said that is that was the first tweet I did. Was I said, I swear I will never take a picture of my food and post it.
Yeah.
Because that's silly, man. Nobody give a damn about your sushi.
My people post food.
Come on.
But not the mom. You just do it.
Right. So, you said you worked in animation and film?
Yeah, man. Like early on when I was doing it as a hobby, I used to go to all these tech conventions like SIGGRAPH and stuff, and just to learn. Because I was bored, you know, I'm making music and traveling, so I wanted to do something on the side. And started introducing myself to some of these tech companies out there that were making the software. And they were like, man, you're pretty good at doing this. I'm like, whatever. It's like, dude, you ever thought about working on a project? I'm like, whatever. They started telling me how much money they were making off these projects.
You was like, yeah.
Oh yeah, so I started working on like Silver Surfer cartoons, the Addams Family, all the first series of Power Rangers. I did all the visual effects on the Power Rangers.
Wow.
I mean, Casper, like all of these things, man, and the movie Contact, and just on and on. It just kept growing and growing. It was like a hobby.
The movie Contact with Jodie Foster.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
A lot of visual effects in there, and it's just something I did for fun. But I started making a lot of money doing it.
Right.
And then when I was doing that, I figured out that Fox, I was doing a lot of stuff for Fox. They had a video game division. I'm like, I want to do that. So I taught myself how to do that and started doing that and worked on like hundreds of games for Fox on Rackman.
Do you still do music?
Yeah, I still do music.
Yeah. So what, you got beats?
Always got beats, man. And then, you know, I'm also known as Professor X on the whole like craft work, electro kind of thing. So I still do releases on that because, you know, me and Egyptian Lover, man, we toured over Europe like tons, like never stopped since day one.
That's what my cameraman was saying. Yeah.
Always. We just got back from Germany killing it. So it's the style, you know, may not be as hot in certain places, but in certain areas, certain types of music never dies.
So what y'all doing? Like Egypt is the place to be?
Oh, Egypt go up and do his whole set.
What is a DJ if he can't?
Everything, dude.
Wow.
Egypt, on that, I do a lot of my old cuts and some of my new stuff. I do new releases under Professor X in Europe. I'm about to drop a whole album, under Professor X over in Germany.
Well, how does that work, Professor X, considering, X-Plan and
I was before that.
You called yourself Professor X before
Yeah.
Professor X called himself Professor X?
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Because I put out, when I did my first record, 83, 84, Strange Life under Arabian Prince, I was sitting at home one day watching the X-Men cartoons, and I saw the intro and I heard Professor X. I'm like,
That's it.
That's a dope name. And I made a song. And I'm like, well, I can't put it out because I just released a record. Well, I'll use Professor X, and I put it out on Professor X, and it blew up. I did a song called Professor X Saga. And then me and my boy N.W.A and DJ Slip ended up doing X-Men.
Did you say Unknown and DJ Slip?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I have history, right?
Oh, yeah, I know that.
I was on Unknown's record label,
You were.
and DJ Slip was my DJ.
Yeah, there you go. So,
Yeah, wow.
So I have like a bunch of different identities and stuff.
And so that goes over well in Germany?
Oh, yeah.
So are you a star over there in Germany, dog?
Yeah.
Can you walk down the street, or do people
They don't know who I am. Well, I can walk down the street, but if I go somewhere where I'm doing a show, it's crazy. Same thing with Egypt. We're big.
Wow, y'all big in Germany, huh?
Yeah,
Or
Germany,
just
France,
wow.
Amsterdam, all over Russia. Yeah.
So how often do you tour? I mean, how many days a year do you, on average?
Man, I do maybe 50, 60 shows a year. That's a lot because I only try to do 2 or 3 a month or 4 a month. That pretty much, that's what I do. Egypt tours more than me because Egypt, that's pretty much all he does. I do tag, I do other things. So
Right.
I don't go as much as he does. But he pulls some of my shows anyway.
Are you designing a drum machine or a kit, or you know what I'm saying?
I talked to a company Roland about doing some sound libraries for them.
That'd be dope.
That's what I want to do.
That'd be dope.
They got enough companies out there doing tech and doing machines and stuff like that.
Right.
The new little baby 808 just came out.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
TR-08, it's a little bitty thing. It's 808.
It's 808.
Yeah.
Now, did you go into some of the tech companies you're into right now? Did you say anything about that?
Not really. I'm partnered with Microsoft. Microsoft just dropped a Bing commercial on me that's out there floating. I
Okay.
really into that, and talking about the lab and what I'm doing with kids, and trying to get the younger generation and people in the hood more interested
In tech.
And here's my push is not only technology, because when you hear tech, a lot of times it want people to go into STEM and STEAM and learn coding and learn, engineering. My thing is there's technology in everything. So
Right.
instead of pushing a kid into certain types of tech, do it the opposite way and get kids involved in what they're interested in. So just give them a blank canvas and say, what are you interested in? I'm interested in peanut butter. Okay, well, there's technology behind making peanut butter.
Right.
There's
Right.
science.
There's science.
So showing them that even in sports, you might want to be a basketball player, but you got cut, you didn't make the team. Well, you can still be into sports, in the analytics or this or that. There's other jobs in anything you're interested in that'll make you a lot of money. And a lot of it has a tech background. So I just want to kind of open tech up and make it so it's not as scary to the average person out there.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow. So sounds like you do pretty well
Oh, yeah.
with the tech thing.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
All right, JJ Fad,
Too exciting.
what's going on with that?
Oh man, I got them out there touring, man. We out doing shows. We do a lot of shows, man. We're on a big tour that's year-round tour. It pops up every year. It's a freestyle explosion thing. We're out there with Trinidad, Demi Dad,
Oh,
Sensation,
yeah.
CBB, all those
Yeah.
rappers.
Look out, Weekend Cut.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All that. We tour around, do a lot of big arenas and stuff. So.
How are the girls? Are they
Amazing.
cool?
Got kids, y'all doing their thing, and we come together, once, twice a month and go out and do shows.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
It's a trip that most people don't know is you're the 6th person on the Straight Outta Compton album cover.
Yeah, I'm the 6th Beatle. It's only like the Beatle, that one Beatle that nobody
the fifth Beatle?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm a six nigga.
That's funny, because you know what? You guys look at that album cover. We all know Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, Eazy-E, DJ Yella, MC Ren. But there's 6 people on that album cover. This guy right here.
It's funny, somebody sent me scenes from the movie. My character was in the movie. They just cut all the scenes out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw pictures of dude with the Jerry curl and everything. Or fake, I didn't have a Jerry curl. I just put the spray in there.
No, you had a Jerry curl, and it was Prince style.
It was Prince style, but I didn't get the perm. I already was natural.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Did you work on Panic? Remember the song Panic Zone?
Yeah, that's my voice. Yeah.
You know you said my name, right?
Yeah.
Dezo Daz is in the Panic Zone. Panic Zone. Yeah, I remember that. That was a great song too. That was a great song. Did you do any more like gangster rap after you left N.W.A?
Yeah, well, you know what?
Because I know you did Brother A-Rap.
Right. And I kind of went away from it, wanted to do more club party, not up-tempo party, but just more hood party music, just fun, whatever. So I did that. That album actually did really well for Orpheus EMI. And then something happened with the CEO of Orpheus, that whole label kind of do some shady stuff.
Yeah, it went away, yeah.
And then I did this other album that was going to be on Capitol Records, but it was actually too hardcore for them. Because this was, seriously, I did this thing called Underworld, man. It was done, about to be released, and they were like, we can't put this out. This was like after Ice-T and the Cop. It was
body count? Yeah.
Yeah, they started backing away from the N.W.A. stuff and all of that. So I just started doing independent stuff, man. And I figured out that I was making more money independent. Because I put out an independent album. And did it all myself, where I made every penny. And I didn't only have to sell 1/10 of the records to make.
Well, if you get all the money.
I was making $12 a record.
Exactly. Now, if you sign to a record label, how much are you getting out of that $12?
Barely $1. You might get 90.
Exactly. Yeah. So you getting the full pie. So you don't have to sell 1 million records to make $1 million.
You sell 10,000 records on your own label or your own downloads, you're making $100,000 every time you sell 10,000 records. Easy. You do that every year. You only sell 10,000, 20,000 records every year. You're doing good.
I mean, $200,000 a year.
And
how long does it take you to make a record? Now you ain't got to work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. So I think we're gonna do something a little special since we're here at your school. Let's talk to some of your students. Let's bring them guys in.
So here's what I told them. I was like, I always have people come in and talk and whatever. And I talk to them about, how old people like us be like, remember back in the day when I was young, I used to do this. But I'm like, you know what?
So go to school uphill, both ways.
Both ways. Yeah.
Right.
So I want them to get the experience to sit here and be interviewed. Just a couple questions, see how they do, and then I want to play it back for them at another time. And so they can kind of start to understand how to do this, because they're going to do their job. This is what
media training is what it's called.
This is the future for them. This is
All right. What's your name?
I'm Pete.
You Pete?
Yeah.
What kind of music you do?
I came across house and techno music a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And I haven't turned away from it since.
Do you have a cool DJ name, or are you just Pete?
I recently came up with Psych Shift. I really like that.
Psych Shift.
Yeah, one of my teachers nicknamed me Shifty. I didn't like that. I thought that had kind of a negative connotation, so I threw Psych in there.
Well, you know Shifty's from Crazy Town. Yeah. No good. So who's your favorite producer?
Right now, I'd say Adam Bayer is a big influence of mine. He has a major record label in Come Down to Sweden. It's a drum code record label.
Right on.
Great techno.
Awesome. All right. Get out of here. Next. Hey, what's up, bro? Don't be shy. What's your name?
My name is Victor Montes. My artist name is Vane.
Vane?
Yeah.
Is that like Spanish?
Yeah, Spanish. It's after my mom because her name is Vanessa.
Oh, okay.
And I just want to kind of to make it personal to me. And
That's what's up.
My family calls her Vane.
So what music you do?
Honestly, I don't really know how to classify it because.
Are you genre free too, like that guy?
It's very experimental. But it's like I can do like down tempo hip hop, garage music, but everything's always gonna be very atmospheric, lo-fi.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
That's your style, huh?
Yeah.
And who's your favorite producer?
My two biggest influences would be burial and Shlomo. Like whenever I listen to their music, I just like, as cliche as it sounds, just like I just feel like all the vibes are in there.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Awesome. All right, you out. Come on, buddy. I like that shirt.
Thank you.
Sad as fuck. Awesome. What's your name?
My name's Chris. My artist name is Moonfang.
Moon Fang? Okay. Okay. What kind of music you do?
I produce future bass, and I've been producing for about a year.
What's future bass? I've never heard of that before.
It was kind of pioneered by Flume, who's from Australia.
Okay.
And he essentially fathered this genre, which is a sort of bit of down tempo and a bit of bass music. So it's kind of like verges on the lines of both.
Well, for the layman, would that be considered EDM?
Probably not. If any, I'd probably say it's just down tempo.
Okay. Who's your favorite producer?
I know I listen to a lot of other artists, but ones that I'm kind of really influenced right now is Sam Gellatry and Ramzoid.
Awesome. All right. Out of here. Is that everybody?
Me.
This guy.
Sorry.
This guy. Hiding in the wings, huh? What's your name?
Oh, Juan.
Juan.
Yeah, my artist's name is Psy.
B-side?
Yeah.
Okay. What does that mean?
Oh, nothing. It just,
Nothing.
I
You just like the way
Yeah.
it sounds?
And I was making the logo, and I was just playing around with the letters.
Uh-huh.
And I just came up with that.
That's dope. What music you do?
I make progressive house, but I like to make like all kind of genres
Uh-huh. Where you from?
from Mexico.
From Mexico. And what's your favorite producer?
I would say the Vision.
Okay.
Yeah, those are.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, good luck, brother.
Yeah.
All right. Out of here.
Yes,
Come on in,
sir.
brother. Good students, man.
I know,
Good
man.
students. They're shy, but you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
that's what this was for.
That's why I'm there, so they can see how much of a ham I am on camera.
Right.
And they'll be, here
Right,
soon.
right.
But this comes from what? Many years.
Well, I don't want to date us.
Dating.
Yeah.
What, 35 years?
Easily.
7.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily. So these guys, is this your core class?
Yes, this is my core class.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And you teaching these guys basically business, like you said?
Yeah, I want to make money.
Right. So you're not hands on,
Well, you know,
doing-
it's funny, they take other classes for that.
Mm-hmm.
But I give them little pointers here and there on like what to do, or what I feel is the balance between everything. Because it's not all about music, it's not all about business, it's about all of it.
Right.
Techniques or
Yeah.
tools I use. We explored a couple of new things that are coming out that we might start messing around with.
Mhm. Like what?
I'm not sponsored by them. I do like Egypt. I'm not sponsored by them,
Mm-hmm.
but the new Serato sample is a beast. Like, Serato's a
Yeah,
DJ
yeah,
tool.
yeah.
What they came out with actually is sampling VST. That's beast.
Serato has a VST now? So, but like, what does it do? Like,
You load it up and you sample, like you input anything, like any
Right.
sound, a piece of a song, a whole song, whatever you want, and you can go and extract stuff from the songs, and you can turn them into chords, you can loop them, you can effect them. It's dope, man.
let me ask you this. What's your favorite DAW? Because me personally, I'm on Logic,
Okay.
but buddy of mine, he used to be on Logic, but now he swears by Ableton.
So most of these guys
Uh-huh.
are Ableton, except for he's Logic.
Smart man. You guys,
Ableton.
whatever.
I'm Reason. I'm a Reason guy. I've always been a Reason guy, and for me, the reason I've been a Reason guy is because I'm, born and raised in a recording studio since
Right.
I was 15, 16 years old.
Sure.
So all I know is recording studios. So when I saw Reason, I'm like, oh, it looks like a recording studio, like racks.
Right.
They're right there.
Right.
Every time there's a drum machine, right? The drum machine. There's the mixer, right?
Right.
There's the keyboard. It's logical. It's a rack.
Right.
Where all the other DAWs, you can load in the VSTs, you click the button, it'll pull up the rack.
Right.
Pull up the device.
Right, because that's how Logic works.
Right. This, you actually see the devices in order.
That's
in a
actually
rack,
sweet.
Just like a recording studio.
Sure.
So I've always stuck with it, man, and I've done like 90% of all my new music in Reason
How long you been on Reason?
since 1.
2001?
I mean, since release one. So I'm not sure how long, but it's been forever.
Which-
I used to be a poster child for them at NAMM. I would be up on stage talking.
Well, how long has that been out? I mean, what, 10 years, 15 years?
More than 10 years, man. It's been out for a while.
Huh.
Yeah, Reason's been around for a while.
Yeah, because that's not something I hear all the time. I'm generally hearing Logic or Pro Tools,
Yeah.
which is like the industry standard,
Yeah.
supposedly, right?
Yeah.
Or is it? Like, is
Well,
it?
it's industry standard for...
Because
for-
90% of the producers use it. That's why it's there.
professional music.
Right.
But it's more of a... It's starting to change a little bit. You know, it used to be because, in my opinion, Pro Tools, you know, you had to buy like really expensive gear. Pro Tools had the gear behind it. It was like you had the automated mixing board along with Pro Tools. It was all integrated.
Right.
And that was the thing. You walked into a Class A recording studio and they had Pro
Pro
Tools.
Tools, right.
So you want to use Pro Tools.
Right, right.
You know, or even if you use Logic, you would take your Logic and you would record into Pro Tools.
Right,
So
right.
I think that's what that was. But for me, it's all about creation. And I wanted to keep it as simple as possible because, you know, I come from, my first record was an 808, matter of fact, Supersonic was an 808 and a DX7 keyboard. That was it. The whole song.
Rolling 808.
Rolling 808,
And
Yamaha
DX7.
That was it.
Huh.
$400, millions of sales. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And you had to program all that shit, right?
That just do it. And most of my songs were that, you know, was always like a rolling what I use, Jupiter, I used a Jupiter's too, but like a Juno 106. Or
Right.
before that, the Juno 60. Juno 60 didn't have MIDI.
So how did you sync up with Simpty?
CD.
Huh.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
you know, it's like going way
Computer
back.
scientists, dude.
Dude, had to have it.
Yeah.
You know,
Now,
you had to strike, and this, I know I'm getting technical.
Go ahead.
You had to lay a click track, not simply. You had to lay
play a click track. I remember that.
That was
I
the
remember
CDA,
that.
the pulse sound, and that's what would trigger and run the devices.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, you know what? I'm going to ask a question, and I don't want to come off disparaging to this brother, but is this safe to say that maybe Dre had the vision, but you and Yella did the programming to make that?
It was everybody, man, and I'm not trying to like back off or nothing. It was a family thing, man. Everybody.
Or what, like, so he was on the drum machine and, huh?
So it was a family thing. Everybody did their thing. You know, like I say, just unfortunately, an outsider came in and stirred the pot up a little bit.
Right.
Everybody kind of did that. I think that if we stayed the family and just kept it us, it might have grown into some major, amazing thing. You know what I'm saying? Like Motown or something like that. Because
Do you really believe that? Let me just say what I got to say. I tend to agree with the way Jerry was portrayed in the movie, meaning when he told Eric, I can get you in the building.
right.
I think that's true.
Yeah.
I think that without Jerry, you guys would have never got to Priority. I think without Jerry, you guys would have never got to where you got. I think that man got you in the building. Now you tell me different.
I don't know. Maybe you could have. Maybe you could have. You know, you couldn't have. But I know the numbers on the N.W.A. stuff before. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It was some beast numbers
Right.
on that because what people don't know is McCullough Records, Don McMillan, who owned McCullough Records,
Right.
was shipping records out the back door across country.
Right.
That's what got us popular. I mean, it was hot here.
Right.
But how did the records get? We started getting shows in Texas,
Right.
New York, and everywhere else.
Right.
Not because we were selling it there, because it bootlegged and shipped across country. So we were already kind of popular. Jerry might have had some connections to get us in.
Yeah, because that's what I was gonna say. I mean, you guys were popping, but like, wasn't no majors trying to sign y'all until y'all got with Jerry. I mean, at least that's how it looks. You did have Supersonic, and Jerry had nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with that. You're right about that.
Touched it.
Yeah, you're right about
And
that.
you got a record that's already moving like that. A record label's gonna be like, what else you got?
Exactly.
And then two, what people don't understand, and I'm not too no more trying to like pat my own back. And something that people forget, especially in the crew, my father owned Players magazine. My father was the editor of
Wait, the Nudie magazine players?
Yeah, my father's magazine. My father had a talk radio show on K's. My father was the editor of Urban Network, Cashbox, and did stuff for Billboard. So I got N.W.A. and all of the trade magazines for free. We were in Players magazine, just articles. So my pops was just putting us out there where it's all over the place. So once, we were getting free trade, free press, along with the other swell. So there was a whole lot of factors that had to go down for it to, blow up like it did. But my point is, get me in the door, but steal my wallet when I get through the door.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It would have been fair, just like with all the other record companies out there. I look at all of these stories. I just watched the P-Funk story, the Parma Funkadelic thing, and I watched all of these stories about James Brown and everybody else, and Sly Stone, and man, if everybody who was involved in all of these mega stars and mega groups was just fair, imagine where these record labels or these people would be today.
Well, fair is not in business.
Yeah.
I mean,
but it seems like the people without the talent are the people that are taking all the money.
they're taking all the money since time immemorial.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. Like, how come Jerry was never sued?
Oh, Jerry was sued. I tried to sue his ass a bunch of times, but
because he claims that he was never. You see, he's like, if I rip guys off, how come I was never sued?
We did a deal when I left the group. I left with a contract. I left with a deal for my royalties, and on Supersonic and everything else.
Right.
So we were going to sue.
Right.
But we ended up negotiating a deal. And like with anybody else who went in there, he negotiated a deal.
Right.
That's what that was. But if you didn't do anything wrong, why are people saying stuff? That's always my point.
Exactly.
If you ain't never done nothing wrong, nobody got nothing to say about you.
Right. I mean, like, listen, if somebody calls you a crackhead for 20 years, probably a crackhead.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. Do you have issue with Tamika?
No. As long as she pay me, sometimes payments slow, sometimes payments on time.
So you still getting paid?
Yeah, I don't have a problem with her. I've seen her here and there. We don't really talk, but
sure.
I don't have a problem with nobody. I'm a business person. I do what I do.
Right.
I never ask for more than I'm supposed to get or less than I'm supposed to get. I ain't never talk bad about nobody in public or whatever, because I'm still cool with everybody. I've always been that dude that I do my thing. I've always done my thing.
Right.
I got my lane. I do what I do.
Well, you definitely got a lane, brother. I mean, you're doing all this tech stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you really don't even have to be in a record business, do you?
Nah, I do it because I love it.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So yeah, we was having a very interesting conversation off camera about EDM.
Yes, sir.
And you're doing EDM, huh?
Oh yeah, I dabble a little bit here and there. I do a lot of the concerts now. Like I'll DJ some of the festivals, some of the local clubs and stuff, and I play whatever. I've always been like an open format DJ. If you remember back in the 80s, I tell people this, that a lot of the young people don't understand because there's so much, I don't know if the word segregation of music, but there's so much diversity in music now. Like, everybody's like, I'm into this, I'm into that, I'm into this. Everybody's got their style and they're so into a certain version of music, they were locked into it.
Right.
In the 80s, in the late 70s, radio was radio. Because there wasn't a lot of music, so you listen to everything, especially in LA. You listen to punk rock, new wave, disco, funk, soul, and then rap popped in, and that was just thrown in with everything else. I tell people when we were doing the Uncle Jam's Army stuff, me DJing, I would play Soul Sonic Force, Sugar Hill Gang, and Blondie, and Grace Jones.
What would you play, Rapture?
Rapture.
And then what would you play from Grace Jones? Pull up to the bumper.
You know, ABC
I do it.
Love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Boingo, Depeche Mode.
Yeah.
So you're playing, that was it. That was what was popular music.
Right.
It wasn't hip hop.
Right.
It hadn't really formed and become this thing yet. Not until the late 80s and 90s did it really
solidify itself.
As its own thing.
Right.
And have enough groups and have enough music to just do its own thing. So it's kind of gone back. Everything goes full circle.
Sure.
So now when you go, like we were talking about, you go to an EDM festival, like I surf YouTube just to see what's out there, what's hot, what's new, what's up and coming. And I saw like Will Smith and Jazzy Jeff touring, right?
Right.
They headlining the EDM festival, doing all of their old stuff.
But to EDM beats?
No, all their old stuff to their beats.
Okay.
But then they dropped the EDM single new this year that's banging. So I'm like, yeah, there you go. There you go. Because
That's weird.
it's not weird, but it's hot, and they know what they needed to do. So,
Right.
Music is evolving again, because trap is like the new hip hop. Because hip hop, most of the hip hop rap dudes is rapping on top of trap beats. You go to a lot of EDM festivals, half the EDM festivals is half trap.
Right.
Or if it's an EDM beat, it breaks down to trap.
Yeah, it's no longer.
No.
Don't do that shit no more.
Yeah, and Skrillex brought that with some reggae flavor and a little bit of everything. So I think now this new generation is more open to whatever the music is. As long as it's good music and you're
Right.
party to it, they're into it. So
Right.
it actually opens the door for even older artists to re-explore. As long as they're creative and doing their thing, they can attach themselves to a whole new generation of fan base.
Let me ask you this, you being us both,
Yeah.
being men of a certain age,
Yeah.
how do you feel about the so-called mumble rap? I mean, is that,
You know what? I have conversations with so many people about it.
I just don't want to come off sounding like a bitter old man, you know what I'm saying?
That's the thing is, when we were young and rap came around, all the older people were saying the same thing. It's the new generation. It's what they like.
Yeah, like Lonzo's ass.
Yeah.
Like Lonzo's ass. Y'all need to play this slow shit, all this gangster shit.
It all evolves.
Yeah.
And it comes from, okay, perfect example. We had a quick conversation about, I was talking to somebody else about understanding where the music comes from.
Right.
Like mumble rap. Where did it come from? And then you look back and look at like the story of Master P on how Priority didn't want to put his music out.
Right.
And he ended up like, well, I'll pay you to put it out. I'll give you 20%. You let me keep most of the money.
Right.
And do it that way. And
Right.
like, sure, who's this Master P dude?
Right.
They didn't know he was down in New Orleans selling tons of records.
Right.
Right? He
Listen.
ended up blowing up and making tons of money off of
Yeah.
it. So the same thing, mumble rap, and this is my opinion, I'm not sure where it actually came from, but it sounds like a down south thing where that's how they talk down there.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Millions of people like that stuff, and I'm a switch gear kind of guy.
Right.
I was talking to a guy on the airplane, the Big Hurt, ex-baseball player, Big Hurt. I'm on the plane with him coming back from the fight this weekend. Mayweather. Anyway.
Always
so-
bet on black.
Yes, sir. So we're talking, and he got a new label coming out, and he's telling me that
Wait. The Big Hurt got a record label coming out?
Hurt got a record label.
The fuck he know about music?
Yeah, Big Hurt. Hey,
Shout out to Big Hurt.
He got a label, and we were talking, and he's telling me something like, yeah, we signed in some groups down in Tennessee, and he's telling me that our boy, who was it? Oh man, I'm brain dead right now. It's gonna come to me, but anyway, there's a new style of music, and it's country rap, and it's blowing up. Like they're selling.
Where like
out
they're rapping kind of like over
country.
over country.
Yeah, and I haven't heard it yet, but they're selling out arenas down there and stuff down there.
Right.
And he's like, that's gonna be like the new. Oh, Bubba Sparks is behind this. Remember Bubba Sparks?
I remember Bubba Sparks.
Bubba Sparks was funky.
I thought he was a great rapper.
So he's part of this new wave of this thing down there.
Right.
He's bringing up new cats.
Right.
I haven't heard it yet, so back tonight when I go in, I'm going to do my research on this. But hey, it's another genre of music, a new creation that's bubbling up in a certain area that will trickle over and probably go nationwide, just like mumble rap and everything else.
Man, I don't know. That's a tall order for me, though. What do you think? Like,
If I let you hear the first mumble rap record, what would you have said to me last year? Like,
that's a tall order. I would have said the same damn thing,
Yeah,
right?
look, it's all over
And now
the
it's
radio.
all over the radio. As far as the eye can see.
Let's even go back. The Whisper song. Yin Yang Twins.
Yep.
If I told you, man, these fools gonna whisper on the record.
On the record.
And make a hit.
I'd be like, you fucking crazy.
So for me, it's music, man. I mean, Parliament Funkadelic, one thing that they said was like, somebody told them when they were in the Parliaments that they sounded too much like the Temptations. Because they wore the suits, they had that.
Sure. Well, that was the look and sound of the
Right.
day.
And they were
Right.
like, well, we can't make it sounding like the Temptations. This whole hippie thing is happening. Let's just, whatever, get up on stage and just do our thing. And that's what they did, our thing. You know, we
Right.
got a thing, you
Got a thing, right.
Everybody got a thing.
Right.
And they did that, and funk took over, and they had a different kind of funk.
Yes, they did.
So hey.
Yeah, you're right, man. I mean,
Music is music, man. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as somebody out there buying it.
well, do you have a favorite? Like I was asking your students, like, do you have a, not old school, let's say like right now, if you're like really into it, like who will be like your favorite producer? Like right now.
Producer, man.
Like who's dropping shit, and when they drop it, it's like, that shit is dope. Are you liking like the Metro Boomins or like?
I'm liking all these new young cats coming up, man. It's like there's so many of them that's just putting out heat. Like I was all mustard on the beat for a while, and then
Me too.
I ran out of mustard because
there
was too much mustard on the beat.
Yeah, I think he ran out of mustard too.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? It's like he was hot.
Yeah.
New kids come up, and the next kids come up, and I'm more into the artist side of things. Like Kendrick Lamar killing it. And he's got his crew of producers and people that do stuff with him. There's some female chicks coming up that are banging. I follow YouTube, man, and they need to give these women, these girls out here some credit, because there's some girls out there making beats, and they need to get on some records. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have to put them on some records.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Double XL, female made the, you know they do that freshman.
Yeah.
Female made the cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember her name, but.
Yeah, it needs to be more diversity and all of this, man.
Yeah, speaking of female rappers, so what you think? You think Remy, did she watch Nicki or what?
As a man, to me, I like them both, but there's no comparison. That's like putting 50 Cent up against, I'm trying to think.
Ja Rule?
No, not even Ja Rule, because they still both kind of grimy.
Mm-hmm.
Like 50 Cent up against
will.i.am.
There you go. Perfect example.
Yeah.
You're not saying that Nicki's corny.
Right.
Nicki's more pop.
Right.
Nicki ain't street like that.
Yeah, Remy is grimy.
Yeah. You need to do like Remy up against Lil' Kim or somebody like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or somebody, or Rage.
Right. Lady Rage.
Just Remy.
Yeah.
That
would be a good one.
Yeah.
That would be a real good one.
I like them both, man. And they yes.
Who? Young M.A?
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
If something ever went down and she was around, I'm going right by her.
Yeah.
Like, oh, she got me.
Yeah, she ain't no joke.
Yeah.
She probably carries a gun.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You heard of Molly Brazen?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch. Man, it's so many of these young girls out here.
Matter of fact, I'm going to shout out. There's somebody you need to check out.
Okay.
Cola White.
Cola White.
You got to check her out.
Okay, where's she from?
L.A.
Oh, well, most definitely. West Coast to the casket.
And I like her style. She's one of the dopest female rappers I've ever heard. She never shows her face. All of her videos got other people rapping her videos.
Huh.
All her videos are
so nobody knows what she looks like.
Random people rapping her videos. And I was supposed to be doing something with her. We kind of lost touch for a minute. I'm definitely going to be back with her.
Huh.
After we get off this, I'm beast, like super beast. Matter of fact, she probably ain't signed because people scared to sign her, so dope. Like, what do you do with it? It's that, I mean...
Like, they don't know how to sell it. They don't know.
Destroy it,
Really?
Destroy it. Like that dope.
Huh.
Like, you ain't never heard that like this.
And like, she write her own shit? She ain't got no ghostwriter?
Hardcore.
Because listen, we both know that Remy's husband, Papoose, writes all her shit.
No. He write everything. So I seen her write. Like,
Cola White.
Cola White.
Dope.
Yeah.
Is she white?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cola as in Coke.
Yeah, but she,
white.
And
Get it.
She was in really high up at a company, like a corporate company, so she couldn't.
Oh, she worked in corporate America, but she had skills.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's an interesting story.
That's one of the reasons why she did it in the beginning.
Wow. Okay, brother. Okay, well, what else is new?
Man, just trying to stay young, man. Playing basketball 4 or 5 days a week, playing golf, doing the tech thing, doing the music thing, and trying to stay young.
You play golf?
Yeah.
You like it?
I'm good at it. Yeah, I'm playing a lot of celebrity tournaments and stuff like that around the country. And, do stuff like that, man. If I ain't out of town doing music, I'm watching SpongeBob at the house. Yeah. Gotta get a shout out to SpongeBob.
SpongeBob. That's too funny. Brother, it was great talking to you.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me, man.
Man. Yo, like we like to say at Quality Control, if it ain't qualified, it ain't this.
Sir.
Peace.
Hey, yo, my quality control captivates your party patrol. Your mind, body, and soul. For who the bell tolls like the rhythm explode. Big bad